we present the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. All right, we're just about ready to get underway. A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to begin our first matches, let me again remind you, we have a tremendous card ahead of you tonight. Tag team action, the AWA Heavyweight Championship action is ready, and the Americas Championship as well. Plus the Ugandan Deathmatch, six-man tag team action, and the big tag team battle between the World Warriors and the Double Axe Attack Colonel Larry Heavy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as the wrestlers are entering the ring for our first bout, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our special celebrity guest ring announcer for this first match. You hear him every night, but tonight from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on WAPP Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, our celebrity ring announcer, Willie Sanchez. Willie, it's all yours.
Yes, I do. I really can't give them to you right now. You might want to copy them off this card right here. Except this will not be Samoa number 3. It'll be Pretty Boy. What's his name?
All right, ready to go. Big bad Bobby Duncum, who is every bit as big and bad as his name. And I'll tell you, Pretty Boy Larry Sharpe is going to have his hands full. Sharpe, solidly built wrestler from New Jersey. They lock up in the center of the ring, and we're ready to go. And the quick takedown, and a scissors gets him out of it. So Duncum complaining to referee Dick Kroll about a possible pull of the hair, but that is disallowed. And now big bad Bobby Duncum, 290 pounds, from Austin, Texas, will go to work. Takes Sharpe to the ropes and warned to break, but there's a knee to the midsection by Duncum instead of breaking on the command of referee Dick Kroll. Dick Kroll is as big as most of the wrestlers in there, big solid fella, so you better do what he says. There's the sidearm lock. Wood, a chop right to the throat by Sharpe. There's another one. There's a third one. Carefully screening it from the referee. Elbow smash. Duncum sags to the far ropes for a moment. There's a driving knee to the midsection. A whack to the side of the head. Sharpe to the corner. Take down Wood. A flying knee drop by Duncan. Big bad Bobby Duncum working on Larry Pretty Boy Sharpe. He'll throw. Off the ropes. Ooh, what a collision in the center of the ring. Oh, and down goes Sharpe. That was the end of that for the moment. Now Duncum. Combination of stomping and chopping. Couple of headbutts, 3 of them by Sharpe. Knee smash back by Duncum. Oh, and Duncan was ready to toss Sharpe up and over, and Sharpe came off with a knee. Now the elbow smash. Pretty boy Larry Sharpe now circling big bad Bobby Duncum in the center of the ring. They lock up again. Backing to the corner, a very dangerous place for any wrestler to be. Even if you're backed in there, you can really attack. Duncum working again on Sharpe, using punches and chops and knees and elbows. Off the ropes, boy, staggering, crunching elbow smash. And now Sharpe bails out. Larry Sharpe hits the concrete at the side of the ring. He seems absolutely in no hurry to get back in here. Big bad Bobby Duncum being cautioned by referee Dick Kroll to let Sharpe back in the ring, but you see what happens. And another solid whack. And Larry Sharpe being worked on now by Duncum. Takes him down. Here's a flying knee smash. Sharpe really winded on the mat now. You can tell by looking at him that he's really getting the oxygen knocked out of him. Knee again. Oh, and he retaliates though. You never know. You can beat on somebody a long time. Oh, Duncum gets out of that one. Sharpe up over the top of the rope. He throws Sharpe up over the top of the rope.
Get the fuck off my table.
Now the referee apparently ruling that Duncum did not throw Sharpe over the top rope, that he just went over it for velocity. But now Sharpe, oh, he's ambushed as he tries to come off the top of the turnbuckle. Down goes Sharpe again. Here's Duncum for the cover. Count of one, count of two. There it is. That's over. Your winner, Big Bad Bobby Duncum.
Maybe you can talk to the other guys like that.
Gotta get somebody who will get hurt bad there. They told Sharpe to sit on the corner to get him over.
Their opponents at a combined weight of 674 pounds from the island of Samoa, the world Samoans.
Well, Well, here we go in tag team action, and this should be a dandy. Two of the outstanding young up-and-coming wrestling talents in the country today, Steve Olsonoski and Tom Zenk, squaring off against two of the wildest, biggest, most unpredictable men. Two of the three, I should say, because there are actually three of them. The Wild Samoans and their manager, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, who has to be watched every moment himself. And referee Dick Worley is out there getting ready to go, so we'll see who'll start here.
I'll tell you, Doug, Steve Olsonoski and Tom Zenk, certainly no small gentlemen by any stretch of the imagination, but compared to these two Samoans.
What was that combined weight? 674.
I'll tell you, not only that, Doug, but we can see it sitting right here at ringside. The look in their eyes are, when they call them Wild Samoans, I think that's about one of the biggest understatements I've ever heard.
I think they may be even more wild than Samoans, and they're definitely Samoans. You can see where these two guys could have run through the local talent pretty quickly in the island of Samoa. Of course, wrestling is an ages-old tradition in the South Sea Islands, not just in Japan and China. It goes all the way through the South Seas. Can you tell the difference between AFA and Sika? I don't know which is which, but one of them's in against Steve-O.
I really can't, Doug.
I tell you, it's double trouble no matter how you look at it. Olsonoski just bounces right off. Uh-oh. I don't know about this. Steve Olsonoski just bounced right off. One of the Samoans. They wrestle barefoot. And now Steve-O talking to referee Dick Worley. And he's keeping an eye on the other Samoan. A couple of powerful, dangerous-looking characters, the Wild Samoans. Look at that. Steve-O locked right up with him here. What do you do? Well, go right at it again. Elbow smash. Oh, look at that. Olsonoski with a powerful elbow smash right to the head of the Samoan.
Look at the look on Steve Olsonoski. He can't believe it. Samoan had no reaction whatsoever, and Steve hurt his elbow.
He's now bounced off him 3 times and hurt his elbow with an elbow smash. I don't know, these Samoans. Like a couple pieces of hairy granite standing out there. Olsonoski with a little conference of war with his tag team partner, Tom Zenk.
I think he went over and told Tom, he said, whatever you do, don't hit him with an elbow.
Don't do that.
It has no effect.
Maybe the first few minutes we'll find out what not to do. Maybe an ambush. Look at that. Oh, no damage done. At least not to the Samoans. Uh-oh. Now, no tag was made, I don't think. I did not see a tag. No, and referee Dick Worley is making the second Samoan leave the ring. Now Zenk is in to try to help his partner. Oops, here comes the other Samoan. Now Zenk and Olsonoski both being worked on by the Wild Samoans. There went Steve-O on a headbutt. Here's a headbutt to Zenk. That didn't pan out. Zenk is going to stay in. Off the ropes. Oh, howitzer right to the throat of Tom Zenk. He leaps right back up again. He's in great shape, but how much? Look at this. The Samoan sticking out his tongue. They rub their hair, they slap themselves, they dance around, and then they beat on you. What are you going to do? Look at this. Uh-oh, there's the tag.
That's the same question Tom Zenk and Steve Olsonoski are asking themselves. What are we going to do against these two?
These guys have got a most potent wrestling hold I've ever seen, the headbutt. They don't need anything else. They've got the other holds, but they don't need them. Now working on the arm of Tom Zenk. Oh, and again, look at the size, 674 pounds combined weight. A lot of 3-man tags don't weigh that much.
I'll tell you one thing, Doug, neither one of these Samoans offer, seek, or miss many meals. That I can guarantee you.
Now they eat their 3 squares, there's no question about that. And maybe a little of the competition as well along the way.
I think it's 3 squares about 4 times a day.
I think you're right. I don't know how their manager, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, keeps them in tow. Maybe he doesn't. How do you keep these guys under control?
I'll tell you, these two just two of the great stars you see each and every week right here on Pro Wrestling USA.
Absolutely, and proving again, Ken, that we go absolutely and literally all over the world to bring in top wrestling talent.
Tremendous crowd is evidenced here tonight at the Meadowlands.
Jam crowd here as Steve Olsonoski comes flying out of the corner. Uh-oh. Oh, tremendous headbutt. TNT. Now to the corner. Olsonoski. Off the ropes. What'll he do here? Oh, he'll go flying through the air. I think he landed on that elbow or the wrist.
He did, Doug. He landed wrong, right on his side with all that weight, and he was about 6-8 feet in the air. I'll tell you, so far, Tom Zenk and Steve Olsonoski unable to get any kind of offense going whatsoever against the wild Samoans.
I'll tell you, Zenk and Steve O, two of the more solid, competent young wrestlers around the world today. Very highly thought of by fans and promoters. But look at this. A demolition job with the foreheads being done by the wild Samoans.
Now what's he sitting holding up one finger in the air?
Now, wait a minute. What'll this be? Oh! Zenk nailed the cover. Didn't get 3 because the other Samoan came in to cut off Ole, but there's the count of 3. Oh, man, it's over. Look at that. They're still not through. Olsonoski and Zenk still in there. Your winner, the Wild Samoans. Kendo, Nagasaki, and Hacksaw Duggan. Former National Football League player, former football star at Syracuse University, Hacksaw Duggan. 285, and a mean-looking character. There's that mysterious green stuff. I don't know what else to call it. That comes out of them. I don't want to know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Doug. I don't know what else to call it, and I really don't think I or anyone else wants to know, but there's the bell. Look at the look on Hacksaw Dugan. Whoa! Nagasaki right off the bat.
Dugan better be real careful here about how he closes in. Now there's that, I don't know what that is either, mysterious little turn that Nagasaki does, but the Hacksaw's got his own stomp. And they lock up. That should be a very interesting match here. Nagasaki, of course, skilled in all the martial arts. Duggan, a very tough, solid wrestler.
Tell you, Doug, this is my first look at Hacksaw Dugan, but one thing I know, a former great star in the National Football League at 285 pounds. He's solid, and boy, he does like to stomp that leg around.
You get smashed around in the NFL, and you can take a little punishment, I'll tell you that much. Now the Hacksaw, circling Kendo Nagasaki.
I understand, Doug, Hacksaw Dugan picked up the name Hacksaw.
Whoops.
Kendo went a little too far. Hacksaw Dugan picked up the nickname Hacksaw because of the way he went through opposing linemen in the National Football League.
Off the ropes, Nagasaki ambushed by the elbow of Hacksaw Duggan. Up. And, oh, one-handed. Look at that. Smash. Whoa. You won't see many people do that one-handed. Oh, missed the elbow, and did you see him bounce? Oh, my gosh.
going for that big knee drop, and it's a good thing he's got those knee pads on because he came down with all 285 pounds right on that ring.
I was going to say, I bet those knee pads didn't feel quite so thick that time. Into the corner. Now Nagasaki, has he got a choke in there? He almost did, and maybe he did. Hard to see. Corner to corner. Duggan gets loose. Kicks back on Nagasaki. Flying elbow smash. Nagasaki staggers. Kendo Nagasaki. I have tried and I've tried to find out where the man comes from. Something about his background. Where he's wrestled in the far. All anybody will say is he's from the Far East. No one seems to know, or if they know, they're not talking, and there may be a reason. Flying off the corner.
I tell you, Doug, no one wants to get too close to him. I'm going to get a shot with green whatever.
You bet. I'm not going to talk to him personally. I ask people who know him if anybody does. Look at Duggan just powering his way off the ropes. The hacksaw. Smashing into Kendo Nagasaki. Cocking the fist, got him on a clothesline, and down went Nagasaki. The hacksaw to the corner. Uh-oh, that three-point stance of a football player. Look at that! Well, it never was a tackling dummy hit so hard. How about it? A cover of three. We haven't seen that happen. Hacksaw Duggan. What a finish.
I'll tell you what, Doug, in a little under 3 minutes, Hacksaw Dugan showed why he started so well in the National Football League. He came out of that corner like he's coming off the line of scrimmage, and I don't think Kendo Nagasaki had any idea what hit him.
Weighing 228 pounds from Tampa, Florida, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. And in his corner, his valet, Precious. His has awarded the match to gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Six-man tag team battle. The fabulous Freebirds, the High Flyers, and their third man in, the great Tonga Kid, and brother is he, an outstanding wrestler. And Ken Resnick, that's an interesting three-man tag combination. Certainly speed, agility, talent, brains, they've really got it.
I'll tell you, Doug, if ever there was a team that was totally opposite, the High Flyers and the Tonga Kid on one end of the spectrum, and on the total opposite end, the fabulous Freebirds. This should be a great, great matchup. And you can just feel the electricity in the air here at the Meadowlands. This great, great crowd. Can't wait for this one to get underway.
Michael Hayes, Terry Gordy, Buddy Roberts, the fabulous Freebirds from Bad Street, USA in Atlanta. The toasts of the coast, so they call themselves.
And believe you me, Doug, they live up to that image.
They sure do. You know when the Freebirds are in town. And still not quite ready to go. Getting their paraphernalia delivered to the side of the ring. Tonga Kid looks like he'll get the first position out for the Flyers and the Tonga Kid. Greg Gagne looking daggers. Well, now everybody's kind of squaring off here. Nobody trusting nobody.
I'll tell you, the referee in this one is going to have more than his hands full trying to keep order.
Dick Kroll, who fortunately is a big solid character himself, and he's going to need to be. Well, who will start here? Well, now maybe Greg Gagne, and it will.
Greg Gagne and Buddy Roberts.
Look at Gagne. Look at the moves. Look at this quickness right off the bat. There wasn't even a contact, and Gagne had Roberts backed all the way to the corner. He didn't even touch him.
Doug, you can see the respect the two men have for each other. Both men getting down very, very low. Greg Gagne, quick arm drag takedown.
Gagne working very quickly, cautioned about a hair pull, but I don't know. Buddy Roberts. and Gagne. Look at the intensity on the faces of those two men. And they lock up, and they work. And Gagne with a great throw. And again, a complaint about the hair.
I didn't see it, Doug, did you?
No, absolutely not. Neither did referee Dick Kroll. Now circling again. Gagne working. There's the tag. The Tonga kid. Oh, to the top rope. No, no, no. Oh, he comes coming off the top rope. Now, the Tonga kid has done that, and they've talked about it, whether or not that should be a disqualification, and they've said no. This has happened in matches before. So look out, brother, because then something else becomes fair. And these two, now Tonga kid wants some action. Some discussion now in the corner of the fabulous Freebirds.
I think they're trying to decide who wants to tango with the Tonga kid, Doug. It looks like it's going to be Michael Hayes. He seems to be the leader of Bat Street USA. There's that strut of his.
Tonga kid is thoroughly unimpressed. Look at that. And the crowd starts that chant, Tonga, Tonga, Tonga.
And Michael Hayes is visibly upset. He doesn't like this at all. Now he concentrates on the Tonga kid. Tonga kid ducks right underneath. Hayes was going for the collared elbow hookup.
Michael Hayes is going to have a job for him getting a hold of the Tonga kid. Now he got him. And a sidearm headlock. Side to side, look at that. Tonga flattens. Uh-oh. And Hayes said, no way am I going in there. So, Hayes now does a little boogie-woogie, and the Tonga kid continues to look thoroughly unimpressed. They make the tag? They did. Or did they? Now, wait a minute.
No, I think they just kind of touched hands.
They were just, I guess it wasn't a tag. They were just sort of giving each other five. Look at Hayes. Now the Tonga kid. Closely they lock it. Carefully they go. Tonga kid with the advantage. Turning Hayes around now and tightening up that hold. Hayes with a height advantage, so the Tonga kid has to hang on and watch his leverage here. Now Hayes looks like he's grabbing that sarong. Got the Tonga kid to the ropes. Oh, the hair. Oh, come on, ref. Grabbed him by the hair and slammed him face first to the turnbuckles. Oh, come on, ref. There it is again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Tonga kid. Uh-oh. What in the world is this? The Tonga kid's South Sea Island version of the Boogie Woogie. Look at this. Oh, and Hayes furious now.
I think, Doug, that was the Tonga kid's way of telling Michael Hayes, I'll take your best shot. Here you go. There's the effect it had. None whatsoever.
Now, there was no tag. Terry Jordy just came stomping in through the ropes, but no tag was made, and you can see Hayes trying to get him back out of the rope, assuring him that he can handle this with the Tonga kid. Terry Gordy was tired of watching it. He's now out of the ring, and they go back to it. Here's the Tonga kid getting psyched. What is going to happen now? They get right to it. Oh, look at that! Tonga kid! Turnabout! What a big shot! There's a scramble on the knees, the tag, and in comes Terry Gordy. And Hayes still in the ring. But the tag has been made, and Gordy is on. again, Gordy going to work on the Tonga Kid. Side to side. Oh, Tonga Kid just jumped out of it. There's a whack. Another one. Another one. Look at this. The Tonga Kid working on Terry Gordy. There's the headbutt. Well, Gordy doesn't know where he is except in trouble. See if he'll elect to stay in here. I don't notice any help coming from the corner of the fabulous Freebirds.
I can't say as I blame him.
I don't either. So Gordy left to his own devices against the Tonga Kid. The tag, here's jumping Jim Brunzell. And he goes right to work. I tell you, the high flyers waste no time at all. If you're going to be a tag team partner with those guys in a six-man tag, you better be ready to move all the time.
And the Tonga Kid, Doug, seems to be ready to do just that and more.
I like this combination, I'll tell you. I don't know if they'll be able to do this again, but certainly the crowd loves it. Now Jim Brunzell continuing to work on Terry Gordy of the fabulous Freebirds.
I'll tell you, Doug, I think everybody here among this tremendous crowd at the Meadowlands likes the combination with the possible exception of the fabulous Freebirds. I don't think they like it at all.
That's right, I can only think of three guys. Whoops! Now Brunzell smashed down by Gordy. Big Terry Gordy slammed Brunzell right down in the center of the canvas.
I don't know if the camera can get a shot of it, but Michael Hayes was standing right above us with his legs crossed, looking like, hey, no big deal, just another day.
I didn't notice them in any hurry to get in and help, though. Now they go at it again, jumping Jim Brunzell and Terry Gordy. They lock it up and they work at Jim Brunzell. Now back to the ropes. Gordy tries to toss him off. Couldn't get a hold there, but Brunzell counters nicely. Oh, look out. Here's Michael Hayes. Oh, Brunzell slams him to the deck. Hayes gets out of there in a hurry. And ill-advised movement. Look at Hayes won't go, and look at Brunzell. He's ready. Very alertly. You never turn your back on the enemy, and Brunzell is keeping a close eye out. Look at that. Kicks away the outstretched hand of Michael Hayes. Will they get the tag? Look at that. No, no tag, no tag. Oh, he got a drop kick. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, scissors on Roberts. And out he comes. And they're all out of the ring.
I'll tell you, what a job Jim Brunzell did. You talk about a one-man gang.
Jumping Jim Brunzell, annihilating the Freebirds all by himself. The Tonga Kid happy about it, and now they tag. The Tonga Kid. No, I guess they're just giving each other the high five. There was no tag.
I'll tell you, the fabulous Freebirds are not used to this kind of treatment. Now, wait a minute.
So
Michael
far,
Hayes and Terry Gordy, Michael Hayes and Buddy Roberts are leaving the ring area. Buddy Roberts is standing here, not sure if he wants to get back in or not. He's taking a look at his other two partners. Now they're coming back. They couldn't believe the job Jim Brunzell has done.
a one-man wrecking crew. Jim Brunzell working on the fabulous Freebirds. Now Terry Gordy and Jim Brunzell, and the Freebirds have got to be very careful from here on out.
Now Jim Brunzell in a very bad position, caught in the corner of the Freebirds.
Deep in enemy territory, and they want a little revenge. Oh, look at that! Gordy hit Hayes. Brunzell ducked out of it, and Gordy hit Hayes. Now Brunzell nailing the rest of them. Buddy Roberts got it. Roberts holding Brunzell. Gordy working on him. Hayes now, oh, now wait a minute, now watch this. Now Roberts is in. Jim Brunzell impaled on the top rope in enemy territory. Gagne and the Tonga Kid come in at the charge. Vern Gagne has got to be mighty, mighty excited when he watches these high flyers. Greg Gagne jumping Jim Brunzell in action.
I'll tell you right now, Doug, Jim Brunzell still taking quite a beating, was unable to use that time to get to his own corner. Now Buddy Roberts has got him. Brunzell up on his feet. He's got that fist cocked. He wants some retribution. Referee Dick Kroll said no. Buddy Roberts used the moment to pull Brunzell down by his hair.
He used that hair, no question about it, but again, he screened it from the referee. Again, Brunzell in the wrong corner. There was the tag. Here's Hayes on the second rope. Look out for that arm. Oh, no, he got it. Oh, and they stretched out Brunzell's arm, and Hayes came off the second rope and nailed it.
There you see Michael Hayes again with that bad street USA strut of his. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. They say they're the toast of the coast. I don't know if I totally agree with that, but they're from Bad Street, USA, Duggan. They are bad.
They
No
are
doubt about
bad.
it.
You bet. In exactly the sense they want to be. Now Brunzell working on Michael Hayes. 3, 4. Hayes groggy. Brunzell, can he get there? There's the tag. Here's Greg Gagne, the high flyer, comes back in. Hayes in trouble. Greg Gagne to the corner, into the head of the Tonga Kid. Tonga Kid doesn't mind. Hayes got the worst of that one. Corner to corner. Hayes into the turnbuckle, up and over. Now Gagne on the attack. Hayes down. There's the cover. Count of 1, 2. And Hayes kicks out of it at 2.5. Greg Gagne now off the rope. Smashes into Michael Hayes. Oh, he went to the rope. And Gordy caught him from behind with a knee. Oh, bushwhack if there ever was one. Now the hair. Oh, no. No. Now Greg Gagne. Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes. Oh, Gagne's caught on the second and third ropes. And a chokehold by Hayes. Well, you weren't kidding, Ken, when you said Kroll was going to have his hands full, the referee. Now Gordy with the foot. Kroll trying to keep Brunzell and Tonga out of the action, and Greg Gagne, meanwhile, in trouble in the center of the ring. The cover, just a 1 count there by Buddy Roberts of the fabulous Freebirds. Oh, backbreaker. Oh. Gagne down, cover by Roberts, 2, and Gagne kicks out. Here's that tag. In comes Terry Gordy now to take his turn at Greg Gagne. Oh, look at this. Oh, not again. Oh, you just wince to look at it, to hear it. The Tonga Kid to the rescue. Roberts and Greg Gagne. Oh, right through the second rope. Now, Michael Hayes. Now Roberts outside.
This one, Doug, he has taken quite a beating.
Now look at this, ducks out of it. Oh, clothesline, he got him. He got him. Gagne got Gordy, but that may have been the last of the energy for Greg Gagne. Just enough to get out of the flying elbow smash. Uh-oh. Forehead first to the canvas. Hayes smashing down Greg Gagne. How much punishment can Greg Gagne take? Apparently a lot.
You can hear this crowd here at the Meadowlands. Great crowd on hand chanting Tonga, Tonga. They want to see the Tonga Kid in there. And believe me, Doug, take one look at him, how badly he wants in there.
Look at this. Gagne trying to push Michael Hayes to the corner. Using Hayes almost like a football tackling dummy. Oh, Hayes used the hair. Hayes used the hair. Uh-oh, there's the tag. Here's Terry Gordy. What a smash to the midsection of Greg Gagne. Terry Gordy now. Gagne on the ropes. Counter-attacking again. Once, twice, 3 times. Gordy trying to back Gagne into the Freebirds corner. There's the tag. They got a tag off, and Buddy Roberts is in. Roberts now working on Greg Gagne. Oh. Boy, Gagne is really getting it. There's the cover again, a 2 count. Gagne manages somehow to get out of it again. What a competitor. He's smashing away again on Buddy Roberts. Here comes Gordy. He smashes away on Terry Gordy. Oh, but Gordy got into the turnbuckle. And the tag to Michael Hayes. The Freebirds continue to just work over Greg Gagne. Uh-oh, there's the grab. The Freebirds have got him. Wait a minute, turnabout maybe here. Greg Gagne locked up now by Michael Hayes in the center of the ring.
Referee Dick Kroll checking, but so far it's not a chokehold, Doug. Michael Hayes with a sleeper hold of his own.
That's right, turnabout as I was saying, fair play, but Gagne gets out of it. You're going to specialize in it, you got to know how to get out of it.
And Hayes goes right back towards it.
What a battle this is. Greg Gagne and Michael Hayes locking it up in the center of the ring.
Well, I tell you, Doug, I'm sure Greg Gagne's had this hold applied to him many, many times in workouts by his father, Vern Gagne, a master of the sleeper. And there, Greg demonstrates his ability to get out of the sleeper hold. Now the tag, this is Buddy Roberts in there.
Oh, Gagne reverses it. Turnabout, fair play. Here's the sleeper on Buddy Roberts. Roberts trying desperately to get to the corner, but look, does he get a tag? He gets dragged over. Apparently they're going to let Gordy come in. How about it? Oh. Gagne with a punch to Gordy. There's another one. Greg Gagne not only escaped the sleeper twice, but turned around and clamped one back on himself. That didn't pan out. Now Gagne tries to turn it up and over, and both big men are down. Wait a minute now. Has anybody got two shoulders on the mat? Let's see. Nope. Gordy slowly getting up. Greg Gagne slowly getting up. Both men a little woozy. Here's Buddy Roberts. Look at that. And here's the tag. And here's the Tonga Kid. Beware Buddy Roberts. There he goes. Beware Gordy. Beware Michael Hayes. Oh, headbutt. There go Hayes and Gordy. There goes Roberts. Flying drop kick to Hayes. A clothesline to Gordy. Brunzell on Hayes. Tonga on Roberts. Gagne on Gordy.
Oh, no. All six men in the ring, Doug.
Look out.
This.
Corner to corner. Oh, there come old 97.
Michael Hayes flies out of the ring.
Now they work on Gordy. The high flyers. Double flying drop kick by Gagne and Brunzell. The crowd going crazy. Oh, the Tonga Kid rolls out of it. Jump. Here's the cover. Here's the cover.
Look at the referee, Dick Kroll.
Come on, ref. Turn around. Oh, double clothesline by Gordy and Hayes onto the Tonga Kid. Holy mackerel. Oh, there's a 2 count, but Gagne pulls off Roberts. Gordy attacks Gagne. Brunzell attacks Hayes. General Mayhem now in the ring. All 6 men in the ring. Referee trying to stop the bout now. Everybody's in the ring. That's going to be it. Wait a minute. Oh, there go Gordy and Hayes. The high flyers are not through, but the match has been stopped. Referee Dick Kroll has stopped the match.
Referee Dick Kroll rules the match totally out of control.
Ladies and
no
gentlemen,
winner in this one. What a
Kroll
battle.
has ruled the bout.
Hey, we didn't come up north for this. We came up to beat some Yankees. Is this how we're going to be treated? Hey, we want to be.
Buddy Roberts behind us, visibly upset. He said they came up north to beat some Yankees. Well, they had their chance, Doug, but unable to. Terry Gordy throwing chairs into the ring. The Tonga Kid's got it. The high flyers of Tonga Kid inviting the Freebirds back into the ring, but it looks like they want no part of this trio. What a wild one this one turned out to be, but again, referee Dick Kroll rules it totally out of control, and rightfully so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Backlund has asked me to announce that he is here simply to make a challenge to the winner of this heavyweight championship match. You heard it, Nick Backlund challenging the winner of this match. A bout for the AWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. And Nick Backlund challenging the winner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout for the Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing in the corner to our left, from the island of Tonga, weighing 275 pounds, King Tonga. Normally managed by Ugandan LPC, who's in the Middle East. And ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to be managing this man tonight. And I'm going to take the championship back. The shit got not Casey and our rock, Martel. You can save yourself a lot of pain and just hand it to him right now.
referee Dick Worley, wait a minute.
There's no way this man is going to manage. He has no ranger's license. He doesn't belong in his corner, and I want him out of here.
That's superstar. Referee Dick Worley, ruling the match superstar does not have a manager's license. And Elapsed time, 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Well, here we go. And this is absolutely the deadliest of the many deadly kinds of match you can find. Look at this. Now Baron von Raschke saluting Sergeant Slaughter. Billy Robinson watching over the Ugandan giant Kamala. This match will not end until one of these powerful men is carried out of the ring on a stretcher. And here they go. Ugandan giant Kamala and Sergeant Slaughter. And look at them flailing away at each other, slamming, hammering away as the match begins. And the Sarge brings this capacity crowd to its feet. Oh, and down goes Kamala. Boy, you don't see that very often. Oh my goodness, you don't see that very often either. Ugandan giant, both men obviously really with their blood up. Now, just an obvious choke by the Ugandan giant. There are virtually no rules except for the end of the match rules in this one. Chokeholds are legal. You can do just about anything. Slaughter with Ugandan giant Kamala to the ropes. There's the elbow, and down goes Ugandan giant Kamala.
Now you see Sergeant Slaughter, Doug, mimicking Kamala and that movement of his. Skandor Akbar in the corner. Billy Robinson very upset by it. Now Sarge just hammers away, haymaker after haymaker.
Oh, and Kamala, we very seldom see staggered by anything, is staggered by those, as you well put it, haymakers of the master of the Cobra Corps, Sergeant Slaughter. Ambushed from the side. Kamala to the corner. These two big, all right to the throat. Just a chop right to the throat, and Baron von Raschke complaining. Referee Dick Worley watching closely. Now, a smash right to the head by Kamala. Sergeant Slaughter to the corner.
Gives you an idea, Doug. Baron von Raschke was calling that chop Kamala through to Dick Worley's attention. Worley turned to Baron and said, what can I do? Everything goes in this one, and that's exactly it. Everything goes.
I couldn't hear what he was saying, but that's exactly right, Ken.
Now you see Kamala blatantly choking Sarge over that top rope, driving his face into that top turnbuckle. Referee Dick Worley just stands there and watches. Nothing he can do in this Ugandan death match.
Well, of course, and no one knows how to do it better than Kamala, so you have to feel that the Sarge is, even with all his wrestling prowess, taking a chance here, because Kamala's been in a few of these before.
Got a kidney punch into the side. Really, referee Dick Worley's only function in this one is to count a pinfall, and then after 30 seconds to count 10. And that's the only way this one ends. Pinfalls don't count, no time limit, no disqualification.
Sergeant Slaughter!
Prime example, up and over the top rope, out on the arena floor. In a regular match, Kamala would be automatically disqualified.
That's right.
But not so in this one.
Oh, here is the Sarge. Oh, you see him right there on your screen as he is down on the deck on his hands and knees.
Now, should referee Dick Worley's count reach 10, Doug, Sarge will have 30 seconds to regain his composure, his breath, whatever, and then 10 seconds to start the match. But Kamala goes right after him, and Dick Worley will have to start the count all over again.
Well, Kamala has got to watch his temperament here, because he's here very accurate in saying that now the count starts over, and hasn't even started. Now it will. There's that patented move of Kamala, and you can hear right behind us Baron von Raschke urging on Sergeant Slaughter. Now Slaughter gamely back at it, and again the Ugandan giant hammers it. Oh my. Referee Dick Worley, not really in an official capacity, but I think he's just trying to reason with Kamala. Let the man back in the ring. Do you want to reason with that guy? Look at him.
No way, shape, or form.
Now the Sarge, you see there, trying to get back in the ring.
Come on, Ralph, get him in the ring.
Kamala choking now. Doug looks like he's biting
I think he bit him. I think you're absolutely right. Oh my. Ugandan death match. Everything goes. I don't know if he drew blood or not, but oh my.
Well, they called Kamala animalistic, perhaps cannibalistic as well, as he bites Slaughter.
Right.
Now look at this. Oh.
Slaughter to his knees. Slaughter, one of the most popular wrestlers in this jam-packed building, no question about it. We've seen him single-handedly win a tag team battle royal here. What a professional, but now Kamala just punishing Sergeant Slaughter.
A moment ago, Doug, very apparent. Kamala karate thrust right to the throat. Baron von Raschke in the Sarge's corner went wild, but referee Dick Worley again reminded him, Ugandan death match, there's no disqualification, absolutely anything goes.
Now Sergeant Slaughter up on his knees.
Kamala continues to hammer away at Sergeant Slaughter in this Ugandan death match. Slaughter taking a tremendous beating. You see Skandar Akbar, British Empire champion Billy Robinson, another manager of Kamala's, applauding vehemently, loving Kamala's actions.
Oh, and look at this, Kamala still working on Sergeant Slaughter, but also at the side of the ring, a wary eye between Billy Robinson and Baron von Raschke, who have edged closer and closer and closer to each other from their respective corners. And Sergeant Slaughter trying to get off that bottom rope. You can see a little bit of Billy Robinson there for a minute. The Baron just incensed about all of this, with his friend Sergeant Slaughter getting the hammering from Kamala. And the Baron starting his own USA chant over here.
Now Doug, Kamala threw him right over that top turnbuckle. His forehead came down solidly on the top of that steel ring post. Kamala continues just hammering away. Slaughter prone on the mat.
Sergeant Slaughter getting nailed by, oh wait, is that a choke? Oh, that's a blatant
Wide
choke.
open.
But everything goes, anything and everything. And the Sarge knew that when he signed the papers, and now he's getting the choke from Kamala. Who will defeat the Ugandan Giant? There's a count at 2. Remember, even a 3 count, as we mentioned a moment ago, will not necessarily end it.
Holding him right down with a chokehold. I'll tell you, Doug, Sergeant Slaughter, 305 pounds. How many times is he used to giving up over 100 pounds in weight?
There's 2. And again, Slaughter kicks out of it.
Now, Skandar Akbar was up on the ring apron. Baron von Raschke again has worked his way over to that far side of the ring.
Now Kamala back to work on Sergeant Slaughter. The crowd has just about had enough, and I wonder.
I'll tell you, Doug, Sergeant Slaughter's starting to get that look in his eye.
Yep, that's what I was just going to say. I wonder when it's going to happen. We've seen, I think.
Right about now
is right.
We have seen Sergeant Slaughter pull something from within that no other wrestler is capable of. We've seen it time and time again, and there it is, just what we talked about.
Always that extra reserve.
When you think the Sarge is down and out, he digs down deep and comes up with it again.
Ugandan Giant hammering away on the Sarge, who's getting plenty of encouragement in the corner from Baron von Raschke. Oh, no. Oh, what a choke. Right above us. You can't see it, their backs are to the camera, but Kamala had a tremendous choke, and then he broke it. So I can only think that must mean because he wants to do something else, because he certainly didn't have to. And he just starts pounding away. Right above the Baron. Now to the corner with the Sarge. Whoa, how many times will you ever see anybody do that to Sergeant Slaughter? 303 pounds up and over.
Slaughter had a beat. Now look at Kamala, doesn't realize he can't pin him. He's got to roll him over. Now he's got him. Kind of 2. And again, somehow, Doug, Slaughter gets that shoulder up with a count of 2.5.
Oh my. Well, if anybody does get a 3 count, we'll announce it again. And to the crowd here that there'll be 30 seconds prior to a 10 count. Oh, now the Sarge tried to pick up Kamala, and you saw what happened there. Kamala circling his prey. Now hammering away. Sergeant Slaughter absorbing the punishment. Off the ropes. Oh! 402 pounds. There's the cover. 1, 2. And there I start again. 1, 2. The shoulder was up. And now Sarge kicks out of it. Sergeant Slaughter and Kamala.
I'll tell you, Doug, look at the eyes on Kamala. Almost a look up a woman. He cannot believe how Slaughter's been able to withstand this onslaught and get that shoulder up at the count of 2.
I'm sure that back home in Central Africa, in many a Ugandan death match, Kamala's had some tough times, but we know he's always won. But he hasn't seen the end of Sergeant Slaughter, I guarantee that. Slaughter still taking punishment. And brother, can he take it? You know, he goes down to the Cobra Corps camp, and he and people like Jerry Blackwell will just go down and beat on each other sometimes to get the
listen to this, Doug. This tremendous crowd here at the Meadowlands on their feet chanting USA, USA. If anything can bring the Sarge back, it's going to be this chant. And take a look.
Oh, here comes. Here comes the Sarge. Kamala. Oh, the Sarge staggers him. And a boot to the midsection. Sergeant Slaughter. Bayonets fixed on the counterattack. Wow, look at that. Flying drop kick. And now it's Kamala's turn. And look at the Sarge. There's that inner strength Ken was talking about. Always in reserve. Sergeant Slaughter. Now off the ropes. Oh, what a collision. 705 pounds colliding in the center of the ring between those two. And now the Sarge. What about it? The Cobra clutch. Who knows? Kamala slowly to his feet. Look at the Sarge. There it is.
Now, wait a minute, Doug. Skandarakpa is getting up on the ring apron.
Nothing to complain about here. No, now the Baron. The Baron taking care of Akbar. But wait a minute. Billy Robinson. Oh, nailed by Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, Doug, everything is broken loose. Baron von Raschke hammering away at Skandarakpa. Sarge goes out after Billy Robinson.
And now the Sarge who got thrown out really by Kamala. Oh, look at Robinson getting into this.
Right on that concrete floor, Doug. Kamala driving his feet down. Billy Robinson, I don't know. Again, but there's no disqualification. No recourse that referee Dick Worley has.
Oh, my goodness. Sergeant Slaughter over the top rope from Kamala, and Billy Robinson, who's now leaving well enough alone, was there to help.
All right, there it is. We've had a 10-second count.
All right, the 30-second count has begun on Sergeant Slaughter. At the end of that time, if he cannot be in the ring, he will receive a 10 count.
Sergeant Slaughter will have 10 seconds to get back in the ring. The bell will ring at the end of 30 seconds.
Now, still trying to get Sergeant Slaughter up. 30 seconds has elapsed. Now a 10 count to Sergeant Slaughter. If he cannot be back at the end of it, the match will be over. 6.
We'll wait and see. You'll see Sergeant Slaughter gamely trying to get back in the ring. Referee Dick Worley said he got back in time.
No, wait a minute.
No, wait a minute.
No, wait, I don't think he got back in time.
Referee Dick Worley is saying he did not get back in time.
Well, let's see what the decision is here.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what the referee is saying.
Now Sergeant Slaughter.
All right, referee Dick Worley said Slaughter did not get back in time.
Ladies
did not
and
get back
gentlemen,
in the ring within the
referee
10-second
Dick Worley has
count.
ruled
Yes, Kamala has
Sergeant
won this
Slaughter
Ugandan death match.
At the end of the 30-second
with an awful
time,
big assist
and
for
the
not
10
only
count,
Skandarakpa,
not
but for
able
Billy
to
Robinson
answer
as well. Sergeant Slaughter still prone on that concrete floor here at the Meadowlands. This capacity crowd cannot believe what they're seeing. Slaughter is hurt, there's no question about it. Billy Robinson pile drive him on this concrete floor here at the Meadowlands. Kamala assisting, driving his head down to this concrete floor. I'll tell you, something's gonna have to be done about this, Doug McLeod. This was basically 2-on-1.
Oh, my.
I'll tell you, a pile driver in the center of the ring alone, where there's about a ½ an inch of padding, can easily end a man's career. Now, wait a minute. Look at this. Slaughter is inside the ring. He's got the stretcher. Look at this. Oh, look at this.
Sergeant Slaughter. There's the stretcher they were supposed to carry him out on.
I don't believe this. Slaughter going after referee Dick Worley. Doug, I don't think he knows where he is.
And the Baron in to help. Too late now.
I don't think Slaughter knows where he is. I can't believe it. How he can come back from that pile driver.
Incredible.
Kamala, Robinson, Kendo, Akbar, all heading for cover. Slaughter up on the ropes. He wants it back in the ring. I don't know how Slaughter was able to come back from this. I cannot believe it.
2 men on 1 outside the ring. Well, if they're going to have this kind of a match, they've got to take that into consideration. The Sarge is back.
You can see Sergeant Slaughter above us now talking to Baron von Raschke, asking Baron what. Slaughter still doesn't know what happened to him. Suddenly he came on that ring like gangbusters, and you talk about cleaning house. Now Slaughter wants to talk to this crowd here at the Meadowlands.
My fellow Americans, I agree to wrestle Kamala in his kind of a match. And somehow, he got his hand in the air. Well, everybody in New York, everybody in New Jersey, everybody in the world knows that I have a kind of a match that settles the score myself. And you all know what kind of match that is. And I tell you right now, I love each and every one of you that are here. But I'll never wrestle here again unless I get my kind of match the next time here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right from Sergeant Slaughter saying he will never wrestle again unless he gets his kind of a match. And I'll tell you, believe you me, if I know the Sarge, he could be talking about only one kind of a match. And I'll tell you, Slaughter and Kamala in a boot camp match would be one that no wrestling fan in the world would want to miss.
Well, it may be a case of Larry Zbyszko refusing to wear the belt, but it is nonetheless a championship bout with Bob Backlund. And these two tough wrestlers square off. And Bob Backlund, one of the most popular wrestlers in the East for many, many years, and obviously still has a tremendous following. And his popularity and fame now spreading across the country and really around the world.
There's no doubt about that, Doug, but you can't sell Larry Zbyszko short either.
That's right.
Zbyszko, a tremendous wrestler known all throughout the world. He likes to refer to himself as the living legend. I don't know about that, but Larry Zbyszko known all throughout the world of professional wrestling.
Absolutely, and now referee Dick Kroll says lock up and wrestle.
Zbyszko, interestingly enough, refusing to wear the America's belt to the ring, claiming Bob Backlund tried to steal it from him on a bout televised some time back. A match that you and I were privileged to be sitting at ringside.
That's right.
Talking about a heated battle, I ended up with Bob Backlund in my lap.
I well remember that, and a flattened folding chair under both of you. And there's nobody safe around the ring, that's for sure.
Not when these two hook up.
Backlund and Zbyszko go to the corner. You saw Zbyszko trying to call timeout for heaven's sake a few minutes ago. Come on.
He knows as well as anyone there's no timeout in professional wrestling.
Come on. Now Larry Zbyszko and Bob Backlund.
These two men, greats of the wrestling world. Now Zbyszko ducks right under, goes to the armbar.
And working on Bob Backlund. Trying to turn it for a moment. Backlund trying to weasel right back out of it. Look at that. Whoa, what an exchange. And Backlund just squirts away from it. Now Larry Zbyszko looking a little confused about that. Gonna try it again. He thought he had a pretty good hold on Backlund, and he did. Pulls back for the hammerlock and see where he goes from here. Larry Zbyszko working right dead center in the ring on Bob Backlund. The America's Heavyweight Championship. It's an interesting championship because it encompasses North, Central, and South America. And that's a lot of real estate. The entire Western Hemisphere.
And like Zbyszko's style or not, he has defended that title very successfully against some of the top competitors here in Pro Wrestling USA. Now look at this one.
Oh, Zbyszko. I thought for a minute he was going to get tied up in the ropes there, and I expect he was a little worried about that too, but he got out of it quickly. Now the two wrestlers glare at each other across the ring. What will happen now? Backlund and Zbyszko, very intense wrestlers. Zbyszko tried to get Backlund up, but he couldn't do it, and Backlund again moving very quickly. Look at that, Zbyszko can't get hold of him.
I'll tell you, there you saw some sit-outs, Doug. One of the reasons Bob Backlund was the NCAA heavyweight champion coming out of North Dakota State University.
That's right. What a great collegiate champion he was, and what an outstanding professional wrestler he has been. Now Backlund, that headlock on Zbyszko. Clamps it on and hangs on.
To give you an idea of Bob Backlund, what kind of man he is, a while back, Doug, he published his home address in a National Wrestling magazine, asking fans for their opinion who was a real heavyweight champion.
Oh, my.
And 1,500 fans wrote in saying it was Bob Backlund, as I understand, about 6 or 7, naming another wrestler.
Wow.
So a lot of people, as you alluded to when you introduced him, he is certainly the people's champion here in the East Coast.
Oh, and he nails Zbyszko there. Off the ropes again. Turnabout by Zbyszko. Kick out by Backlund. Look at this action. Oh, look at that. Quick takedown, cover count 2, and out comes Zbyszko, but not very far. Just enough to get that right shoulder up off the deck. The America's Heavyweight Championship on the line, even though Zbyszko refused to bring the belt with him into the ring. Oh, he got a quick turnaround on Backlund, who gets it right back again.
I'll tell you, Doug, you know as well as I do, Larry Zbyszko will go to his last breath to retain that America's Championship. And on the other hand, Bob Backlund wants a championship back so very, very badly, he could just about taste it. In that match on television, we saw Bob Backlund that no one had ever seen before, but that gives you an idea of the intensity inside of Bob Backlund wanting a championship belt around his waist.
Oh, absolutely. Now Backlund working with Zbyszko. Clamps on that hold, and you can see him put the pressure on. Relax it a little bit, but still hang on, and then put the pressure on again. Zbyszko throwing Backlund off the ropes. Oh, but Backlund turned it around. Uh-oh. Big head scissors, over they go. Both men still on their feet, flying drop kick by Bob Backlund. Oh, another big takedown. There's a cover, there's a 2 count, but not quite 3. Referee Dick Kroll right on the spot. And Backlund continuing to work on Larry Zbyszko. Zbyszko in the red trunks. Backlund in the purple. Oh, and I could see from here Zbyszko grabbed the trunks. But Backlund got right back. In fact, Zbyszko still holding on.
Well, I'll tell you, Doug, very interestingly, so far in this one, it has been most all Bob Backlund out of Princeton, Minnesota. And this great crowd here at the Meadowlands absolutely loving it.
Working in the ring. Backlund and Zbyszko. Backlund off the ropes, jumping over the prone Zbyszko. Ooh, a big smash. Oh, and out went Backlund.
Right out onto the floor, right between the second and third ropes. Legal here on Pro Wrestling USA.
Ooh. Over the top you can't, but anything else. Now the 10 count being applied down to Bob Backlund on that hard, cold, concrete floor. And you see there, Backlund summoning whatever reserves of strength he has left, and you saw that big knee of Zbyszko come hammering right back down on him. Referee Dick Kroll cautioning Zbyszko to stay in the ring or go somewhere else. Now Backlund again, trying to get back in the ring.
I'll tell you, Doug, the referee didn't catch it, but Larry Zbyszko was over here in the far corner. It looked like untying that top turnbuckle. It gives you a pretty good idea what he may have in mind if Bob Backlund can make it back in the ring. The referee did not see it. He was busy counting Backlund. Larry Zbyszko, about as crafty a ring veteran as you will find anywhere.
Well, he will absolutely stop at nothing to win and to keep that championship belt. Whoa! Backlund rolling around in pain. Can Zbyszko get a pin? Not for long. Up they come again. Look at Zbyszko. Oh, piles him. Oh, Backlund now writhing in pain. Zbyszko covers, 2 count. It has to be that somewhere deep in your psyche, no matter how badly you're beaten on, you hear that referee's hand slam down, brother, and if there's any blood in your veins at all, you jerk that shoulder up even an inch.
Oh, look at
this big cover. Backlund got 2. Oh, and he almost got 3.
Oh, what a comeback by Bob Backlund.
What a great contender Bob Backlund is. Now Zbyszko got to check for a chokehold here. Apparently it's all right. Checking again, referee Dick Kroll making sure that's not a chokehold. And Zbyszko continues to apply the pressure to Bob Backlund. Zbyszko telling the referee, check his arm, see if he'll yield. Backlund just shakes him off. Zbyszko saying ring the bell, but there's no way that's going to happen. The match still very much in progress here. Zbyszko with the advantage at the moment, yelling ring the bell, but it won't happen.
Now you see there, Doug, what Zbyszko's doing besides that reverse chin lock, he's just laying his weight across the back shoulders of Bob Backlund, causing him to endure and support that weight as well.
Checking again.
Good opportunity, giving Zbyszko the chance to rest while Backlund is working doubly hard, trying to get out of the hold, number 1, and support Zbyszko's weight. About Bob Backlund's only chance now, as you can see, is to try and work his way to his feet.
Maybe kick out of it or maybe power out of it. Oh, right from the eyes down the side of the head. Right from the eyes down the side of the head. Zbyszko protesting his innocence, but clear to see. Uh-oh. Looked like he's trying to get him up for a suplex, but it's not going anywhere. Look at this. Backlund refuses to be hauled up. Oh, and he turns it around. Wham, and down goes Zbyszko. And both wrestlers now staggered and down. And referee Dick Kroll just about ready to start a mutual 10 count, and then Saw the wrestlers getting back up again. Uh-oh, that didn't pan out. Backlund covered, count of 2. And Zbyszko lurching right back on him, attacking again very quickly. You see there the intensity in the face of Larry Zbyszko as he works on Bob Backlund. Right in the middle of the ring. Zbyszko can hold on to this for a while if Backlund won't get out of it, but I mean, it's a hold you can hang on to, get your own breath, and just continue to apply pressure and mete out punishment to your opponent. I have to say, the crowd quieter than it's been all night. It's an outstanding crowd. Great wrestling fans here at the Meadowlands. But a lot of them, I dare say most of them, on the side of Bob Backlund and not enjoying the punishment Backlund is taking very much. Backlund still now up to at least to a sitting position, but Kroll has got to check for a chokehold there. He better do quickly. Now he does. Now he asks Backlund if he'll submit, and you better know Bob Backlund will never submit. Here's an elbow. And Zbyszko finally had his hold broken. Off the rope. Oh, missed a flying drop kick. Backlund hanging onto the top rope. You can beat on him, but that brain is still working every second. Now, look at this. Oh, up in the air. Will he get it? Backlund holding Zbyszko, impaled in the air. No! Right to the tailbone.
I tell you, Zbyszko right about now is going to feel his spine is coming right out through the back of his shoulder blades.
2 count. Zbyszko in obvious pain. Oh, he turned it back. Turned it back on Backlund, and then Backlund just gets out of it. Almost turned into a sunset flip. Now, Backlund positioning with the head scissors. He's going to try to get Zbyszko up here. Oh, how much strength these 2 men have. Look at this. Backlund holding Zbyszko. Oh. Backlund in pain himself, but dishing it out to Zbyszko. The cover, but Zbyszko has that left leg up over the rope, so Backlund will have to break the hold. And he does so, at least for the moment. It drives the sole of that wrestling boot right across the face of Zbyszko. Caught him again. Oh, and he locks right on. Zbyszko being asked by Dick Kroll if he'll give. Oh, and he grabs for the rope.
1, 2, 3.
Backlund being cautioned to break the hold. Now both wrestlers back at it. Look at that. Oh. Face first. Right to the deck. Oh, again. Backlund, look at this. Backlund's hot now. Backlund has had it.
He's beginning to smell that America's Championship belt around his waistline.
He wants it, Ken. You can tell. Just look at him. Whoa! Face first to the turnbuckle. Backlund working on Zbyszko. Oh, tremendous elbow smash, and I mean, Ken, that caught him on the nose, the mouth. That'll put a tear in your eye and take your breath away. Zbyszko. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait just a minute.
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you, to me, Doug, it looked an awful lot like Larry Zbyszko deliberately tried to throw Backlund over the top rope for the automatic disqualification. Wait a minute. Backlund's got him. He won't let him out of the ring. The match is over. Referee has disqualified Larry Zbyszko. He'll retain the title, but look at Backlund.
Oh, Backlund still working on Zbyszko. They're trying to stop the match.
The match is over. Larry Zbyszko disqualified. He'll retain the title. Bob Backlund is absolutely adamant because he knows, even though he won the match, Zbyszko retains the title. I'll tell you, you fans saw it as clearly as we did. You make up your own mind. It looked an awful lot like, to me, Larry Zbyszko threw Backlund over the top rope purposely to be disqualified. Knew he was in serious trouble and felt may that have been the only way he could attain the America's title.